Here we go.
Ha. Sports Plus Life.
Sports Plus Life.
Postgame show.
Here we go. Let's go.
Yeah, everybody wanna get in the game. Big skin, 100-yard touchdown when I'm throwing that flame. It's the most special time of the year. Get the chips and the dip with a buzz, then you're hearing the cheers. It's your boy Bravon repping Mile High Magic with Sean and Keith here with the Philadelphia Savage. Eagles when they kick in your door. Big C with them Tampa Bay Bucks like they seen this before. And we all got that title drive. Can't forget A Boogie pulling hard for that 305. Debate and conversate, all worth it. Tony with the knowledge, but a Cowboys fan. Nobody's perfect. From week 1 all the way to the Super Bowl. Buckle up, Sports Plus Life post-game show. Week 1 all the way to the Super Bowl. Buckle up, Sports Plus Life post-game show. Get it. Sports Plus Life. Sports Plus Life. Sports Plus Life post-game show. Sports Plus Life. Sports Plus Life. Sports Plus Life post-game show.
And now, it's time for the show to start. Enjoy yourself. We here. It's the post-game show.
All right, yo. What's up? What's really good? Oh, it's your boy Brandon Bravon Towns, and I got my squad here with me. It's your boy Sean and Tony. Nobody's perfect. No, I'm just playing. Yo, Sports Plus Life post-game show. So happy to be back. So happy the NFL is back. How is everybody doing today? What up, people?
What's good?
How y'all doing?
You know I'm good.
Yeah, I got you, Keith.
All right, bet.
We got you. Squad is here. Tony will be right back. Squad is here. I got y'all heard the song. Y'all can't tell me that ain't the dopest theme song right now on the internet. No, I'm just messing with y'all. Just a little something. But anyway, this is Sports Plus Life post-game show, week 1 of the 2024 NFL season. Quick shout out to Two Tough Sports as well as Heather's Craft Haven, my sis from another miss. And you know what? I'm rocking my Broncos thing no matter what. I know what happened. Keith, you lucky. Ooh, nigga, you is lucky because I was going to conventionally eviscerate your ass had we won that game. But anyway, how you doing? How y'all doing, fellas?
Good. Bless. How you feeling, bro?
Hey, man, look. Well, I mean, I was good. Look, this is what I'm saying. Everybody who's going to be on this show, everybody team won today, except for mine. Okay.
How about the city?
Yeah, everybody team won except for mine. It's her. Kristen, shout out. I'm taking the Lions. Hey, I'm taking the Lions too. But everybody on this team won. Everybody who y'all heard in the rap in the rap song, we heard Sean, Keith, A Boogie, Calvin, Tony. Everybody team won today. Everybody's team won today, but mine.
You know, if you went to
Prophecy, you good?
Ain't that a bitch? Everybody's team won today, but mine. But
watch out, girl.
Y'all
what?
fought though.
You know, look, we fought them. I mean, we were winning at halftime. But you know, it is what it is. I mean,
I get.
You know, there's a reason why only a few number of rookie starting quarterbacks have won their first ever game starting in the NFL, because it's hard to do. And make no mistake about it, and we'll get on this in a minute, Caleb Williams won today, but it wasn't because of Caleb Williams that they won. It was because of Bears' defense and special teams that they won. So let's you know what? Let's just get it cracking. Let's get it started. Let's start from the Thursday night game. Kansas City defeats Baltimore by an inch. They defeat Baltimore by an inch. Isaiah Likely had the Kevin Durant toe. And yes, Kristen, I can't argue with you. The Saints did look good today, but I think the Panthers are a horrible football team. So you almost have to take that with a grain of salt. Keith, what did you think about Kansas City and Baltimore?
Honestly, bro, there was no point in that game that I thought Kansas City was gonna lose. Like, it's the same old thing every year. The Ravens lose to the Chiefs by a touchdown every year. It's like the same old thing. And Likely, You heard his trash talk? It's post game trash talk talking about.
Yeah, he said it's probably going to be the worst game that they play, and I don't disagree with him, to tell you the truth.
The Chiefs ain't have Marquise Brown.
I didn't know. Look. I didn't say anything about how the Chiefs would look, but I just believe that the Ravens will look. The Ravens won't look as bad and as undisciplined. When
Again, they tried to throw with Kansas City. You got Derrick Henry. Only gave Derrick Henry 12 touches.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Stop doing that. Play y'all game it. But Lamar, he looked good.
Lamar was spectacular. Look, if Lamar had a ran like that in the AFC Championship game, I believe the Ravens would have won. Matter of fact, I believe the Ravens would sit here as reigning Super Bowl champions. But I don't know what it is why Baltimore continues to play Kansas City's game when they play Kansas City. I don't get it. Because we all saw that first drive. Once Baltimore stopped having the penalties and you started seeing the 1-2 punch of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, they look hard to stop. What'd you say?
Yeah, what's up with that? That little bullshit ass flag penalty.
They called them all day today, bro.
I mean, I ain't noticing that much compared to that Baltimore game.
Well, probably because every coach probably watched that shit and was like, look, we got to make sure that we lined up a little bit further back or they're going to do the same shit to us.
How you feel about that call? Do you think it's fair or like?
It's technically the correct call to make. So what can I say?
Yeah, I get it.
It's technically the correct call to make. So, I mean, just like you'd be surprised if you actually did just one NFL whole drive in slow motion. When you do the snap count, you'd be surprised how many offensive linemen false start that don't get called, and how many people jump off sides that don't get caught. Tony, how did you feel about Kansas City and Baltimore?
I mean, I picked the Chiefs. Like, I picked the Chiefs, so I felt how the game turned out. I mean, the Ravens have talent. I don't know, when you play against the Chiefs, it's hard to say you out talent them because all their pieces work. All your pieces need to work at an optimal level to beat them, and if you don't, then you won't. So that's what happened.
Well, do you
in terms of that penalty, it's funny because I highlighted that very thing, kind of talking about offense, some of the better Pro Bowl offensive tackles, and how they have a distinct advantage simply because they're angled a certain way when that ball is snapped. Especially against speed rushers, it gives them an extra thing. They kick their leg out, and they already have the angle, so the defensive end has to go wider to get around them. Rather than if they're lined up directly in front of them, then it's just who gets the best jump off, and as it really should be. So yeah, I saw a few of those calls today.
Okay. Well, what did you think about the Ravens' usage or lack thereof of Derrick Henry, at least in this game?
I mean, I'm neither here nor there about it. I mean, he got a fair amount of carry. He got touches. So the saying that's the reason why you lose the game. I didn't take that from that game. I don't think that's why they lost the game.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson got to see them throws on the last drive. I will say that. I'm not going to say Lamar Jackson's the reason why they were in the game, but there were a couple of throws that Lamar Jackson missed. Sean, if you can hear me. Sean, hey, what did you think of Kansas City and Baltimore? If you can hear me. That boy strapped. If you can hear me. Niggarachi. Okay, I will go. Okay.
I can hear you, boy. I told you I'm getting my fade. What's up? What'd you say?
I said Kansas City and Baltimore.
What about him? You want me to talk about it?
Yeah, what'd you think about it?
That was a decent ass game. I knew it was going to be a tough one. I just thought that it wouldn't end like that. I thought they was going to be a little bit more aggressive than it was. Likely getting this pinky toe, hitting them with the Durant at the end of the game. That shit was crazy as hell. But everybody's going to talk more about Lamar missing them the first time around on the play right before, which could have been a touchdown. He would have sat in that gap But he didn't sit in that gap. And granted, they almost had it by hair. He just can't seem to beat Patrick Mahomes. And it's going to be tough for him. You know, they was in their feelings by the press conference of what they said that they go play better than that. But nobody knows what it's going to be like near the end of the season or if they play each other in the playoff because injuries happen or whatever. You're supposed to beat them as soon as you see them the first damn time. So they can be in their feelings, but they caught that L. But it was a good game, like I knew it was going to be.
Is it just me, or do you think that Likely is about to replace Andrew? I think this may be Andrew's last year in Baltimore.
Oh no, Likely like that for real. He's pretty good, and yeah, he will be placing Mark Andrews.
Unless they are just truly dedicated to the 2 tight end set.
I think it's the 2 tight end set.
You think it's the 2 tight end set?
I want to go too far saying Likely go take Andrew's spot. I just think that's their.
He's already taking his spot. I'm just wondering if Andrews will be on the team next year. But you think 2 tight end spot?
I mean, that's their offense. So.
Yeah.
Tony, that's a little reaction saying he ain't gonna be on the team.
No, I just think right now. I mean, I just think Likely is better right now. I mean, I just think at the point of and Andrews is still great. But I just for the offense that they're running, and Likely is a more athletic, tight end. I'm not saying nothing bad about Andrews, but Sean, unmute your mic now because I want to ask you first. We're going on to Friday's game, Philadelphia versus Green Bay. Now, I called Sean right after halftime. I mean, right as halftime started, and before he said anything, as soon as he said hello, I said, "Bro, that field is in horrible condition." And I wasn't being biased or nothing to either team because I was just praying and hoping, excuse me, that both teams made it out with no injury and no significant injury because that field was in terrible condition. Sean, let me know if you can unmute your mic so you can talk to us about the Philadelphia Eagles 34-29 win over the Green Bay Packers. It was a very entertaining game. But again, matter of fact, Keith, you go ahead until Sean is able to unmute his mic. You could tell me about your Eagles. Y'all won, so you were able to watch all of today's games with ease and comfort because your team had already gotten a W.
Yeah, it was great back and forth game. Obviously, the field was a problem for both teams, and that's why mostly everybody put emphasis on playing your guys in preseason because it looked very ugly for us in the first quarter. But our defense stepped up for the most part, getting key goal line stops, and that Reed Blankenship really turned over the game. I feel like that really
that interception.
Yeah, we needed that badly.
No question.
That was my big takeaways. No more going to Brazil. That's a soccer field, not a football field, and it showed.
And Kristen, you said it's surprising no one got injured. Nope, Jordan Love got hurt on the next to last play of the game, and now he's out for maybe a month with a sprained MCL. Keith, what you think about Jordan Love injury?
I was scared, man. I thought that was gonna be a season ender right there. So I was thankful when I heard it was only gonna be a month because that's a great player, and it would have been. You seen Jalen Carter getting DMs, nasty DMs from fans and stuff. I hate when it turns to that, when the sport has turned into that. But I'm just thankful that he's only 4 weeks. And I seen that they're looking to get Ryan Tannehill because I guess they're not.
Tannehill was unemployed?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're looking to get him.
I really didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, damn. What does that say about Malik Willis?
I know. You're going to be back up to Tannehill again?
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah. Again, that fucking that feel like I'm looking at Roger Goodell sitting in the booth. I'm like, somebody should come up there and smack the shit out you. They have these players playing in that awful ass field just so you can get the Brazilian dollars. Tony, what did you think about the Eagles and the Packers?
I mean, the game kind of went how I went. It just came down to crucial plays was made by the Eagles. And on the Packer side, I mean, whether it was Love missing a throw on third down or some penalties kind of hurt them too. So I mean, it is what it is in terms of that injury. Yes, it could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been worse. So if I'm them, I don't know what I'd be calling Tannehill, but I guess you do what you got to do. Because if Malik Willis was your second guy, as soon as I saw that dude the last image of him I had was throwing 3 picks. He had like 100 yards for a game. He had 3 picks.
I mean, I hate saying that about Virginia niggas. I try to support my Virginia niggas. Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask this question. Again, Sean, unmute your mic if you want to chime in. Keys, was Saquon Barkley as good as advertised, sir?
Yeah, he made me eat my words.
Mm-hmm. Saquon for president.
No, keep your mic. No, keep your microphone on, nigga. Keep your microphone on.
I don't want the buzzing from the Clippers.
Man, ain't nobody worried about that. Look, ain't nobody worried about that, bro. We ain't worried about that.
I just see your mouth and I see Saquon, and I had to chime in. But yeah, man, I'm pretty happy that they gave him to us. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him before when he had that losing season the year prior. Before that, and I'm just excited that we got him. And he looks fast. He looks strong. The boy can see, his vision is good. The way he come out that backfield is like nothing I ain't seen since Shady. So I'm excited that we got him, and hopefully he can stay healthy because that was a big thing too. But just health can hurt him. But other than that, bro, I see a big season for that boy.
Couldn't ask for a better debut, man. 3 touchdowns. That was a beautiful throw by Hurts. Beautiful throw. Hurts had a lot of ups and downs, but that was a beautiful throw.
Yeah, beautiful throw. I mean, look, Hurts, Hurts played tough. He played tough because those 2 interceptions were like, I was like, bro, why did you do that?
Trying to force it.
Huh?
He said he was just trying to force it. Both of the passes was just.
Well, that's why I fuck with Jalen, because he takes accountability and he don't stop giving it his all. But Saquon, bro, if you were a Giants fan watching football today, you had to be sick to your damn stomach watching Daniel Jones, the guy you paid, as opposed to watching Saquon Friday night, having that same burst he did when he was a rookie. What did you think of Saquon, Tony?
Nothing. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. I mean, at the end of the day, all these dudes, that we're talking about, the thing with Saquon Barkley is not whether the dude is a professional football player and or historically a good running back. The thing is to be, you got to stay on the field. And so that was always my takeaway. Giants fans shouldn't care. For real. Giants fans shouldn't care because once you kind of sealed your fate with going down the Daniel Jones road, sort of, well, clearly that combo wasn't getting you anything. And so why sign a piece if that's the only piece? They should have just hit the eject button on both. And if they were going to hit the eject button on Saquon, hit the eject button on Daniel Jones and start all over. Because it just wasn't working. So, I mean, him being in New York wouldn't have made no difference.
They're going to hit the eject button after this season. That means that Daniel Jones is going to be gone. Brian Daboll is going to be gone. All right, well, let's get into Sunday's games. Let's get into today's games. Pittsburgh at Atlanta. We found out early. We found out about an hour before kickoff that Russell Wilson was still having issues with the calf. Justin Fields was going to be the starter, which to me changed the trajectory. Like, if I had known on Monday that Justin Fields was going to be the starter, I would have probably picked Pittsburgh to win. Just because, for one, he's from Atlanta. He's going to want to show out when he go home. But as I watched the game, Justin Fields didn't do anything to knock your socks off. It was really the Steelers defense and Kirk Cousins looking like a statue who's getting older, but he'll throw for a bunch of yards, and the Falcons won't be in position to draft a player like Penix again. So I still think they did the right thing with Penix. But the Pittsburgh Steelers won 18-10, and what I was texting on the chat, this was a Mike Tomlin special. Sean, if you're able to chime in, unmute your mic. But Tony, I'm going to start with you. Pittsburgh versus Atlanta. Atlanta let you down, sir.
Yeah, Atlanta let me down. I mean, on paper they still are on paper, and right now they 0-1 on paper. So that is what that is. And in terms of Justin Fields, I think the whole thought process anyway with Justin Fields and Russ was to be really good game managers and not lose the game. So for that, I give Justin Fields a job well done. You didn't do anything to hurt your team.
I'm gonna say this about Russell Wilson. I don't know if y'all remember this from like 3 years ago when all the civil rights stuff was going. Russell Wilson, it's unfortunate because you got hurt. You didn't lose your job on the field, but you were about to lose your job. You were about to lose your job. You were about to lose your job. Keith, what do you think about Pittsburgh versus Atlanta?
I'm not shocked because I had Pittsburgh winning the game. I knew they had a great defense and they're well coached. I wasn't shocked. And again, like I said earlier, this is why you play your players in the preseason because the Falcons look terrible and they probably need that time to gel together in the preseason. New coach, new quarterback. Again, they're nice on paper, but we got to see it on the field. And I mean, they have a long season to turn it around, and we'll see. But T.J. Watt is a dog.
Boy, is he.
3-4 sacks if he didn't get called back for little TD flags. But great. Justin Fields, he didn't play horrible.
He didn't play horrible.
He didn't turn over the ball. Chris Boswell.
He was their offense.
Money all day, Chris Boswell. So great defensive performance, and we'll see if the Falcons can turn it around. Kirk Cousins, that ain't it, my guy. No.
So again, that's why I call it. This is the Mike Tomlin special. Every time people are ready to count out the Steelers or bet against the Steelers, and again, it's only week 1, but these are the games that Mike Tomlin finds a way to win. They make it ugly, they make it dirty, they make it muggy, and then all of a sudden, the next thing we know,
football, man.
Huh?
That's that old school football.
Hey, bro, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong with it.
I ain't mad at it.
Nothing's wrong with the old school football. And you did pick Keith. You did pick Pittsburgh to win that game
confidently because I knew.
Shut the fuck up. They're talking some confidently.
The Falcons ain't old shit. They just big names.
Hold on. Who did you pick to win that division?
Tampa.
Okay. Looks like a good pick right now. But again, it's only week 1. Let's go to Arizona versus Buffalo. Now, me personally, I called the upset. I called Arizona to beat Buffalo. I was looking good at first. 17-3 Arizona, but that's why they play 4 quarters of a game. Tony, Arizona versus Buffalo. Kyler Murray looked great the first half. Josh Allen looked better in the second half. Tony, unmute your mic. I need some Buffalo versus
Arizona. Tony over here trying to get these pancakes and bacon going.
All right, breakfast for dinner. Okay,
now,
I need Buffalo, Arizona intake.
I mean, it was an upset in the making. It shouldn't even been close, but it was an upset in the making. I mean, what else did they really say? Buffalo pulled it out at the end. Otherwise, it would have been an embarrassing early loss for them.
Well, what do you think about Buffalo as far as going forward? Because they have kind of an unproven receiving core.
I don't think anything yet, sir. It's one game. I mean, yeah, they lost a lot of players in the offseason, and that's something that we talked about ad nauseum, that they lost a lot of pieces, but I don't think one game can kind of tell you much of anything. I mean, if they had come out and blown Arizona out, we would not necessarily be saying, well, these are the same deals as last or previous year, and they're still really that good. So I don't think them after one game.
Okay. Keith, Arizona, Buffalo.
This is about what I expected from Buffalo. They lost a lot of pieces on defense, especially their secondary. They lose Employer and Micah Hyde. So I knew that their defense was going to be a little shaky from the jump. And they're going to be a team carried by Josh Allen. He had 4 touchdowns today, and Josh Allen is going to have to be the best quarterback in the league for them to compete. This is why I chose them not to win the AFC, because I felt like I know that their secondary is going to be shaky, their defense is going to be shaky. We're going to all go on Josh Allen back. So,
well, I said that.
I think the Cardinals, they have a lot of talent, especially on their offense. Kyler Murray looked like a dog the first half. I don't really know what happened the second half. He missed Marvin Harrison. What was he doing?
Marvin Harrison had 1 catch for 4 yards in his debut.
If Kyler Murray had some vision, he would have saw him on that damn drive.
Kyler Murray's like a Smurf out there.
I'm saying, but yeah, Buffalo go score some points, but just go if they're going to be able to stop the other team. That's going to be on.
Well, I said this. I said that if Buffalo was to win the AFC East, then I would believe that Josh Allen would may be the MVP. If they able to pull that off, I think they would end up winning the AFC East. I think he would end up winning the MVP. If they can pull that off, I believe he would have to be. Because again, I mean, everybody is in agreement that they've lost a lot. Now we know Josh Allen can put that cape on, but can you carry that through a 17-game season? That's the question. You said the Cardinals suck. Kristen, huge Bills lost. The Bills didn't lose, sweetie. The Bills won. They won by what was it, 34-28? Something. It was close. I mean, it was a 1-possession game.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 1-possession game. So we'll have to see. I'm not, Aaron, I don't want you sitting here saying your Bills suck because your ass is supposed to be here. You in the rap song, nigga. You supposed to be right here.
Bills fan. I know we had a Bills mafia here.
You said what?
I said I know we had a Bills fan.
No, Aaron ain't a Bills fan. Aaron's a Dolphins fan. But he's sitting here saying that the Bills suck. But no, I don't want to hear that on the.
Well, I know he was clenching his ass today.
Oh, we gonna get there. We gonna get there because that's all right. You can put your shit on while you doing that. It's all good. Ain't nobody judgmental over here because we got some shit to talk about when we get to Miami. Because Tyreek was face down this morning before he got to the stadium, but we'll get into that. We'll get on to that in a bit. Let's go ahead, Keith, and get to Tennessee and Chicago. Now we called pretty much. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I just remembered that.
I called you 10 minutes before kickoff, and I changed my pick. I decided to go Tennessee other than Chicago.
Boy, were you dumb.
I was looking good the first half.
That's like me and my Denver Broncos. We were looking good the first half.
Yeah. That was not a great performance from Caleb at all.
From who?
From Caleb Williams.
No. We'll get to Caleb Williams in a minute. It was an even worse performance by Will Levis in the second half. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I was wrong.
You got rid of Malik Willis for that, nigga?
I was wrong. I'm at loss of words. I ain't got nothing to say about that, man. I believe in them I believe in them. No, damn.
When you look at Tennessee's roster,
they got a good roster, right?
They got a good roster.
Yeah.
But the quarterback.
Who's that coach again? Because they ain't got Vrabel.
No, I forgot who their coach is. But whoever their coach is, he started off with a loss. Because think about this, bro. Chicago did not score an offensive touchdown. They scored 24 points without an offensive touchdown. They got a couple field goals, a blocked punt that was returned for a touchdown, oddly enough, by Simone Biles' husband. That's the dude who blocked the punt and picked it up and scored. Then they got the pick six. They got the pick six where Will Levis, like, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking when he just chucked the bitch up when you going down, bro. You just take the sack. You take the sack and you make Caleb Williams have to drive down the field and beat you because Caleb Williams to that point hadn't proven that he could drive down the field and put the ball in the end zone. Like, that was a huge mistake. The Bears' defense and special teams is what won them the game. I mean, Caleb Williams played like a rookie. He only had 93 yards passing. He played like a rookie. But he had a defense and a special team. Remember, there are three elements of the game: offense, defense, special teams. Defense and special teams won the game for the Chicago Bears. Now, what do you say to the rest of that, to what I just said?
You're right, man. And coaching. Who's it? I still know the Titans coach, man. And
Look, let's just call the Titans coach 0-1. That's his name. Titans coach name is 0-1.
Yeah, the defense played well. Will Levis is garbage. And
yeah, when you think about it, you can't put that loss on the Titans defense.
Yeah. But that's good for Caleb to kind of get one of those out. Like, and the fact that they snuck out there in the win, you play that bad. You threw 93 yards and y'all still won. So, yeah, like you said, there's 4 phases to the game.
3: offense, defense, special teams,
and coaching. And
you're right.
They lost in that for sure. So,
but bro, you can't even put the Titan, like, you can't put the Titan. Okay, a punt got blocked. Can you really put that on coaching? I mean, and then Will Levis did what he did. You can't put that on coaching. That's on Will Levis.
Yeah, they were up by
No, the game at that point. The game was tied. It was 17 all.
They were up by 17 going into the second half, right?
Oh yeah, it was 17-0.
Run the ball, right? I mean, that's
you ain't got Derrick Henry no more. You got Tony Pollard.
They got there. They got the 17 points.
Had like 84 yards, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a talented team, but I just realized that their coaching is trash.
Tony, if you can mute your mic, what did you think of Caleb Williams' performance? Mute your mic. Unmute your mic, Tony. Caleb Williams, what up?
I'm about to fire you, man. I'm muted. I'm chewing.
Why are you about to fire me? Because you eating breakfast for dinner?
I didn't expect.
Oh boy,
the hype behind them. It's another one of them things where you just come out with a rookie quarterback. You don't want them to stink it up. And so the Bears did what they needed to do at 2 out of 3 phases of the game. And so, I mean, it is what it is. Caleb Williams will be good eventually. So again, there's not much to take away from the first game because nervous is your first pro game. There's a lot of factors that play into that. So again, I don't really think much about it. He didn't come out and look like the worst dude and the worst draft pick. And that's really
I don't think he would look like the worst draft because I will say this: when before they kicked the field goal to be when they
I didn't say he would look like the worst draft pick. I'm just simply saying he didn't come out and make a fool of himself because the talking heads are gonna say what they're gonna say if he has a terrible outing, and he didn't.
Well, Keenan Allen did have a touchdown drop too.
I know that.
Yeah, he did. I think it was when the game was 17-13, and Caleb Williams threw the ball right. Like Keenan Allen, it was a clear catch, and he dropped it. But I mean, again, 93 yards passing. I mean, rookie first. First game. Huh?
93 yards. That's bad.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look good on paper, but like Tony just said, like I said earlier. 3 phases to the game. Like Tony just said, 2 of those 3 phases showed up, defense and special teams. And not only did they show up, both elements put points on the board for you. So they put point. They provided the touchdowns where the Bears offense couldn't. I think Caleb Williams is going to be fine. Sean, I don't know if you're listening. Do you have any Caleb Williams comments? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. On the upset of the day, bro. New England beating Cincinnati. Upset of the day, but are you really surprised, Keith? What do you
Bro,
think?
I was so mad this game, that trash ass game was on CBS, bro. Like, man,
Bro, you
they
got
was,
red
nah, I ain't
bro, you
paying for
got to
that.
upgrade. You got to
Uh,
upgrade.
nah, but yeah, they was
You
missing.
was stuck watching?
Yeah, I won't watch it. I kept it on 35. But yeah, bro.
35. You talking about Atlanta and Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I kept it on Fox. I'm like,
Hold on,
now.
time out. Time out.
What's
You
good?
just said something that I haven't heard in years. I
Fox.
haven't heard of Fox being channel 35. That was back in the day with the antenna with the knobs on the TV. What channel was you watching again?
It's Channel 6, CBS, and Channel 35, Fox.
Bruh,
That's how I watch my football, man. I don't need that extra shit. I watch the highlights if I want to see other games, but I
you
need
took
my
me back
6.
with that one.
35.
Bruh,
Yeah.
you took me back with that.
Nah, cause I know all that red zone and all that. What's that little package? NFL got that's gonna be like $100 a month, like bro.
I don't know because all I got is a red zone, bro. That's it. The red zone take me through.
Yeah, for sure.
I got 2 TVs in my living room. I got the red zone on one TV, and on the other TV, I got the Fire Stick in where I got it on where I got it on another game.
For sure, that's a dope little setup.
And it damn sure won't New England and Cincinnati.
They missed T. Higgins. I don't know, bro. The Patriots didn't even look that good. Offensively, we kind of knew that they're going to be a punch them in your mouth, run first team. We know that's New England's ball game, and they play defense. New England plays defense, but yeah, Cincinnati was missing T. Higgins, and that shit made me want to kind of second guess my damn pick.
They weren't.
You gonna let me change my pick, bro?
Hell no. Plus, it's already on wax. They weren't just missing T. Higgins. They weren't just missing T. Higgins.
They were missing Joe Burrow, obviously.
Oh, Joe Burrow was there. They were missing Tyler Boyd. They were missing Joe Mixon. Because if you saw Joe Mixon today in his debut with the Houston Texans, my God, was Cincinnati missing Joe Mixon.
I did.
Me and Tony talked about the Bengals lost. The Bengals lost to the Patriots. Me and Tony talked about this about 30 minutes before we went live. Tony, unmute your mic. We talked about Cincinnati and New England. If you can unmute your mic for a second, I don't know if he stepped away from his phone or not. Okay.
What you want to talk about them Bungles? What you want me to say about them Bungles?
Say what you need to say.
They bungled. I mean, that is what that is. They bungled. We question, I guess, the stuff that's kind of going on with them internally. Would that play a factor early on? I mean, maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Maybe just one team came out prepared. It's hard to take shit from just one game. But the Bengals for years has been the on-paper team too, kind of like Atlanta. They just had a little bit more success. So that's kind of what I think.
They got to the Super Bowl.
I get it. But that is not the team you're looking at now. That is not the team that took the field today.
No, it's not. And to me, and this is one thing specifically that I would have to say to Jamar Chase. You sat out the entire offseason and preseason for what? And the fact that you came back and you didn't get another deal, which they'd have to pay you when it's 2 years left on your current contract. Have you outperformed your current contract? Yes, you have, absolutely. Have you outperformed that? Yes, you have. But if you're going to sit out during the whole offseason workouts, preseason, and everything, you need to either go. Don't wait until a couple days before the first game and say, oh, okay, I'm going to come back. And you're not in football shape, not even a little bit. So you really weren't that much of a factor in the game. Why are you going to, I mean, Yusuf, to me, and Keith, give me your opinion on this. To me, that whole holdout, looking for a new contract, which you didn't get, which now you ain't going to get, maybe until this next offseason, was for what?
He wanted to get paid. I mean, that's it. I mean, all these wide receivers are divas. They see everybody else getting paid. They just trying to get the same amount of money as the other guys. So, I mean, I respect Jamar Chase for doing what he's doing, but obviously his play didn't. He ain't play up to what the fuck he been trying to do. That's all I'm trying to say.
Bro, what I'm trying to say is if you're going to make all this noise, I want to get paid, and then literally the week before the first game, your ass is back there playing for what? That means you did all of that stuff for nothing. You could have did what T. Higgins did, which is you could have did what T. Higgins did, which was demand a trade, but show up for all your workouts. And even if you ain't getting traded, saying, okay, T. Higgins is taking the franchise tag, but he'll be there. Jamar Chase sits out and then at the last second says, oh, okay, I'm going to play, which means you did all of that shit for nothing.
Bro, T. Higgins did all that shit just to get hurt again, bro.
T. Higgins, okay, but it's not like, but T. Higgins was there the entire training, the entire offseason workouts, preseason, all of that stuff. He just happened to have a hamstring pull. There's a difference.
That's why they ain't paying his ass, because he always get hurt. I mean,
hold on, wait a minute. Now I have to disagree with you on that. If it's anybody who's been more injury prone between T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, it's been Jamar Chase.
They've both been injury prone.
It's been Jamar Chase, bro. And don't get me wrong, I think Jamar Chase can make an argument that he's the best receiver in football. But if we're talking about his durability compared to T. Higgins' durability, Jamar Chase is the one who gets hurt the most.
Who the better receiver?
I know Jamar Chase is the better receiver.
Oh, right.
But it's T. But would you say that T. Higgins is the number one receiver?
We haven't seen it, but I think he can be.
Okay.
I think he'd be number one. Put him in New England. I think he'll be.
He would be a 1 plus in New England. Tony, let me ask you this question. Tony, unmute your mic. Do you think T. Higgins is a number one receiver?
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Shut up.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to eat his pancakes and bacon, bro. He's trying to eat
On whose team? On the Bengals? No, he is not a number one wide receiver.
No, on other teams. Do you think he's a number one receiver on any other team?
Yeah, it depends on what team you're talking about. It depends on on other teams he could be a number one wide receiver.
And I can name some playoff teams.
Generally speaking,
I can name some playoff teams where he would be a number one receiver.
Oh, Pittsburgh?
Not just Pittsburgh. He would be a number one receiver.
Kansas City. Maybe.
I was going to say Kansas City. He would be a number one on Kansas City.
Wait, hold on. I don't think he's better than Rashee Rice.
He's better than Rashee Rice.
I don't know about that.
Rashee Rice is faster, but T. Higgins is better than him. Now, he may not end up being better than Xavier Worthy.
All right, overhype.
Okay.
The dude, he only had, 3 touches? And the other touch.
Doesn't matter. He scored 2 touchdowns on them 3 touches.
That was for coverage. I'm hating, bro. I don't think he all that. We go see.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next game. Tony, let me start with you with this one. So, okay. No, never mind. That boy Strap. What up, homie?
What's good?
Go ahead, look. He had to get all fresh and clean. That's why his microphone was off the whole goddamn time.
Hey, look, man, I had a late appointment with the barber. You know what I'm talking
Hey, bro, it ain't nobody judging
about?
here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Next question I'm asking is Houston versus Indianapolis. What do you think of that game?
Houston versus Indianapolis. With your boy Anthony Richardson got a cannon on him. It's nice. That boy got a nice little cannon on him. I ain't paid too much attention to the second game because I was on the grill, cooking and shit like that. But I did come back and I did see a couple of passes he was making, them bombs that he was dropping to Michael Pittman and them boys. So not Pittman, it was
the white boy receiver, number 14.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if he can keep it up and they can make some noise this year, it was a tough game. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. So I was just sad that the Cowboys won. You know what I'm talking about? I thought they were going to get their ass beat today.
We'll get to the Cowboys in a minute. Because trust me, I know Tony's going to unmute his microphone when we talk about them bitch-ass Cowboys. Cleveland, you had one fucking job.
One job.
No, that game between Houston and Indianapolis went exactly the way I thought it was going to go because you're talking about division rivals.
Yeah.
You're talking about a division game. Remember, Houston won a close nip and tuck game, the last game of the regular season to win the division and get into the playoffs. And Indianapolis is a very well-stacked team. And yes, Anthony Richardson has an absolute monster-ass arm.
Cannon.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Anthony Richardson has a cannon. But I told this to Tony earlier. I said, the Houston Texans, niggas better look out. Niggas better watch out. Because all their new acquisitions, who are stars, mesh perfectly, at least for one game, with the people who were already there, who are also stars. Stephon Diggs. Did he have a bunch of yards, receiving yards in that game? No, he didn't. Did he have 2 touchdowns? Did he catch a touchdown on 4th and 2 when it was 22-20? And it was a questionable call? Did he? Absolutely he did. Joe Mixon. We just got finished talking about the Bengals. Boy, the Bengals missed Joe Mixon today because they had no offense. And Joe Mixon, let me get these stats right here. Joe Mixon ran for over $150 today in his Texans debut. He was an absolute fucking stud. CJ Stroud is who the fuck we thought he was coming into the offseason. Yeah, Mixon, 30 carries. Do you see that much with a running back now?
Yeah.
30 carries.
That's a workhorse. That's a workload right there.
30 carries, 159 yards, and a touchdown. Nico Collins, 6 catches, 117. Again, Stephon Diggs had 6 catches for 33 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. I see now what they're going to use Stephon Diggs as. He's going to be their red zone threat. He's going to be their red zone dude. They're going to use Nico Collins and Tank Dell for their deep ball shit. Stephon Diggs is going to be their intermediate red zone attack receiver. Look out.
Yeah, the boys got a core too.
Look out. That's all I'm gonna say. The only issue with Houston, and it's an issue, it's an issue. They need to do a better job of covering the deep ball.
Yeah.
Because while Anthony Richardson does have a cannon, a couple of them deep balls he threw was just jump balls. And they just got mossed.
Yeah.
But if I'm Houston, even though you just won by 2 points, bless you. If I'm Houston, even though you just won by 2 points. 1, it's the first game of the season. You're starting off the season with a dub. 2, it's a division game. So now you already won up on the Colts in the division. And 3, your new stars, Mixon and Stephon Diggs, meshed in perfect with Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, and Tank Dell. They meshed in perfect. Keith, how you feel about this?
I mean, y'all pretty much said all the takeaways and shit. I mean, that's a divisional game. Kind of knew it's going to be a back and forth game. Anthony Richardson He's gonna be fun to watch.
He's gonna be fun to watch. He really is.
I mean, CJ Stroud, we know what to expect from him. He pretty much took the Deshaun Watson place and looking like the next big thing in Houston. So they're gonna be fun to watch too. So that division
is yes.
That division is gonna be a close one.
That division is going to be very entertaining. Very entertaining because Shane Steichen got him one with Anthony Richardson. Oh, that motherfucker got him one with Anthony Richardson. The problem is CJ Stroud may be better than him. That's the problem. D'Amico Ryans is like, yeah, he got him one. Guess what? I got me a better one.
Yeah, imagine
I got me a better defense. And you can't, and if you Shane Steichen, you can't sit here and say, well, I got the better running back because Joe Mixon, he showed up Jonathan Taylor today.
And Jonathan Taylor better than Joe Mixon. But next.
Not today. It may be in totality, but not today. Ludacris' little brother won't better than Joe Mixon today. Not today.
Hold on, bro.
Not today. Jonathan Taylor had 16 carries for 48 yards. That's all I'm gonna say. Tony, Texans versus Colts. What it is?
I mean, the game came down to who had the better defense. That's it. I mean, that's it. For all the statistical things with Joe Mixon, this, that, and the other, ultimately, it just came down to who could stop who. That's it. I mean, it was a 2-point game. It's a division game. If I'm the Colts, I'm saying, looking at the Texans, saying I can beat them. So that's it. That's the only takeaway. If I'm the Texans, if I'm the Colts, I'm looking at Texans saying they're beatable.
I gotta disagree with you when you say who has better defense in this particular game. In this particular game, I don't think it came down to the better defense because they were.
It clearly did. It clearly did because look at the running backs. Somebody's D line showed up and stopped the run. That was a close game. That's a lot of times that's what that comes down to.
I understand that, but if you watch the end of that game, it came down to CJ Stroud making plays on offense so that the Colts couldn't get the ball back.
I get it. That's part of the quarterback job. But at the end of the day, them numbers that Mixon put up, if Indianapolis defense showed up, then you're not talking about that. And it does fall on CJ Stroud.
That's what I'm saying. CJ Stroud, to me appears still just as good as advertised. So I think people better watch out for the Houston Texans. I mean, I know there were a lot of, with the weapons they got. If the hype that came along with them during the offseason, on the field, look out. That's all I'm saying is look out.
If I'm reflecting anything, I guess, about that whole thing, what I guess Sean said about their division, 3 out of the 4, you don't necessarily want to play them in the playoffs should they make it.
Well,
Jacksonville ain't no joke either.
No, what'd you say, Keith?
Said Jacksonville ain't no joke either.
They sure ain't.
I was just getting ready to move on to that game. Let's get to Jacksonville and Miami, and this game had the biggest backstory, the biggest off-the-field story, which happened this morning. Tyreek Hill was arrested for a moving violation, was face down on the ground in handcuffs. His agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said that there's going to be investigation going on because of excessive force used by the police. But do you think that stopped Tyreek Hill from going out there and having a game? No, it did not. Cheetah still did what he had to do. But, again, this was a major story about an hour before kickoff. Now, did Miami look – these were a game between two Florida teams, both teams who have realistic aspirations on winning their division. Jacksonville had the game under control until Travis Etienne's fumble at the goal line which completely turned the game around. Miami's defense showed up in the second half. Tua looked okay. He looked all right. He looked great with a deep ball. Tua over 300 yards passing. Had a deep one to Waddle and a deep one to Tyreek. Miami ends up winning this game at the gun, 20-17. Keith, I'll start with you. Jacksonville versus Miami.
Miami got away with this one. Yeah, they got away with this. I don't really have much to say. I thought it'd be a lot more points. I was shocked that it was more of a defensive matchup and just like bombs. So, Tyreek was gonna get his. So, Trevor Lawrence, you're looking a little shaky for your contract. But yeah, Miami got away with that.
Okay, Sean, what did you think about Miami and Jacksonville?
That rookie wide receiver Brian Thompson ain't no motherfucking joke. That boy was out here handling damn Jalen Ramsey. He just got that contract. Was out there getting cooked. I know they like, can I get a refund on that payment? But they had a good game though. Like I said, for him to go through what he went through and still came out there and cook. I heard Calais Campbell was part of that too.
Calais Campbell and another one of their teammates came out.
Yeah, I guess because they was pulling out. They was trying to stop them from being so excessive, and they were still doing some shit. So they ended up putting handcuffs on his ass too. So
Calais
that's
Campbell
a tough
had
situation.
a sack in the game too.
So it was a good game. Like we thought it was. I didn't think it was going to be. Well, I mean, I thought it was going to be a good game because Doug Peterson had them boys over there playing good too. They just couldn't finish. And they got to control.
That's the problem with that.
They just got to finish their games. And other than that, like I said, their wide receiver was looking pretty good. ETN got to hold on to that ball. But other than that, man, it was a pretty good game.
Yeah, that's the issue with Jacksonville. This is why I can't be a total believer in Jacksonville because they don't finish games. They don't. They will look great for 3 quarters. But during the process of them looking great for those 3 quarters, they leave the door open where you can come back on them. And that's exactly what happened. Tony, Jacksonville versus Miami.
I have nothing to add to that. Everything that's been said has already been said. I think that Trevor Lawrence take a next step and they're there. That's it. He ain't got to be great, but he got to do better based on that contract. And then Jacksonville's right there.
Yeah, they have to learn how to close out games. They do. And that ATN play completely changed the trajectory of that game. And Ramsey was getting cooked. He absolutely was getting cooked. But what do you think is going to be the end result of this whole Tyreek thing? Do you think the police get sued or anything like that? Tony, I'll ask you that first.
I mean, no. I don't know that to be the case. Again, anybody seen the body cam footage? Nobody? Anybody got
I
a connection?
I don't think it's
Anybody connection where y'all seen the body cam footage? Because that's what's going to determine what happens next.
Yeah, they got
right now. It's just they said this happened and they said that happened, and you got we know what the history of police is, but we also know what the history of entitled athletes might be too.
Well,
so
go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
So the jury's out until we actually see some body cam footage of what actually happened.
Well, Keith, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying that I saw a video. They were getting a little handsy with him. They were getting a little excessive with him. I heard that like one officer was gonna get like suspended or something like that. So I think that might happen with this. But as far as Tyreek, I don't think it'll be.
Yeah, there were a couple of videos that came out by people because this was stadium traffic where this happened at. So it's slow traffic. So everybody, Tyreek Hill is one of the most recognizable faces in Miami. So
Like, bro, that's your motherfucking players in your fucking city. Why are you acting crazy like this, bro? Like, it's Sunday, bro. Let the boys get to the field, bro. What y'all doing? Moving violation. It would be the cheater to get a moving violation. How ironic is that shit?
For sure. That's that shit.
Well, let me go on. Let me move on to a couple of games where it doesn't need much commentary. I'll let you guys handle this one. Sean, I'm gonna start with you first. So please unmute your mic, my brother. Carolina versus New Orleans.
The Panthers just need to shut it down for the season already because they got their boots smoked on the road. After one game, bro. They look horrible. They look like the Panthers of last year. Like they're making no progress on anything.
So basically what you're saying is that Bryce Young was a waste of number one pick.
He ain't it. And they need to make a lot of changes, but I mean, you got to get that. Maybe you let that man develop a little bit more, but to get beat, to get 47 points dropped on you like that, bro, that's tough.
Here's the problem with you saying let him develop. If they keep going coach after coach after coach, he'll never develop properly because he'll be under a different offensive coordinator year after year after year.
But, I don't know what to tell him.
But yeah, Keith, Panthers versus Saints, what you got?
Man, I feel like a fucking dumbass because I picked the Panthers to win that shit.
You did, you dumb motherfucker.
God damn. I was not expecting that. I thought they were going to at least show up because it was a divisional game. I don't think I ain't got no takeaways from the Saints. I just feel like they played a bum-ass Panthers team. That's it, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. The Panthers did show up. They showed up. They were in uniform. They just didn't play.
They spent all that money in their offensive line and making all these moves to get Bryce Young some damn playmakers. Yeah, I think he just.
What the fuck playmakers did they get him?
They got Deontay Johnson, and I feel like they got a tight end too. Like they tried. They got Robert Hunt and shit. They got some linemen to help them out, but obviously.
And I repeat my statement. What the fuck playmakers did they get, sir?
Yeah, don't play Deontay Johnson like that.
I'm gonna play him like nigga. He was on the team that got beat 47-10, so I'm playing him like that.
Yeah, who that coach? Because they didn't let him go.
About to be fired. That's his name. Coach about to be fired.
He need to go too.
Tony.
Let Derek Carr put up 47 points on your head. Derek Carr.
And Derek Carr was humming that football today too. Rashid Shaheed, he a burner.
He a burner for sure.
He a burner. Tony, quickly, ass whooping. Panthers Saints.
I have no comment. I took the Panthers, so I have no comment.
You took the Panthers too?
I took the Panthers too. I'm pretty sure I did.
Let me see. God damn, you did. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Okay, well, let's go to the next game, which really shouldn't need much comment about it. The Vikings versus the Giants. Sean, I'll start with you. Minnesota demolishes New York 28-6. If you're a Giants fan and you watch Daniel Jones today, you should be sick to your stomach by what you saw from Saquon Barkley on Friday. What do you think about that game?
Thank you for Saquon. I know John Mara out there fucking disgusted. Their GM probably won't be their GM after this year.
He shouldn't be.
Daniel Jones probably won't be their quarterback after this year.
He shouldn't be.
After you just paid him all that money.
Waste the money.
And let Saquon go. I really thought that defense. I picked the Giants because I really thought that defense would stop Samuel Darnold.
You did pick the Giants. What the hell would you think?
Because I thought that defense was gonna do something. And Sam Darnold out that bitch looking like Joe Montana. Can't goddamn miss a pass and shit like that. But their defense won't good enough to help out Daniel Jones in that offense, bro. But they definitely was missing Saquon. I can tell you that much. And I know that they hurt, and then their fans are like, "What the fuck?" Especially after you see that man get a hat trick on fucking Friday,
Friday.
and then damn, then he scored more touchdowns than their whole team, man.
Giants didn't score touchdowns.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Fucking tough. Thanks, New York.
The only reason why I picked the Vikings to beat the Giants is because, one, the Vikings have the more talented team, and two, Daniel Jones. He had one good season. Go ahead, Keys.
Is there any hope for Daniel Jones, or you think it's just?
Oh yeah, there's hope for him as a backup.
Yeah, this is last chance. And
I don't know. Maybe he can go. Maybe if you go to a team like the Raiders or something like that, you know, where you have kind of a veteran established team, and you think Daniel Jones may be better than anybody on that roster. You know, go to a team like the Raiders or maybe even the Titans. Maybe.
Bro, this just reminds me so much of Carson Wentz. Like Carson Wentz had a great run.
Don't insult Carson Wentz like that by comparing him to Daniel Jones.
No, I'm just saying that we remember that little playoff run the Giants had when they went to the playoffs and actually beat the Vikings. Daniel Jones looked good, and
yeah, but Saquon was better.
He played up to that contract. I'm just saying he's like somebody that lost confidence. And
yeah, because he lost number 26.
Yeah, that too.
Number 26 is in y'all backfield now. That's where his confidence went. His confidence went an hour down I-95. And I'm going to say this. Don't insult Carson Wentz, because the year that Carson Wentz had, where Carson Wentz was a team who twice took his team to the playoffs. Now, he got injured the first year, but he was going to be the MVP had he not gotten hurt that year. So, you know, Daniel Jones, the year they went to the playoffs, he had like 14 touchdown passes. That's it. 14. That's good stats for 1986. But Saquon was the better player. Tony, Giants, Vikings.
I mean, I picked the Vikings, and I don't tie Daniel Jones' fortunes to Saquon quite as much, because Saquon, the Giants still lose. The Giants suck. Daniel Jones sucks. So unless it's Saquon gonna beat the Vikings by his motherfucking self, it wouldn't have mattered if he was there, which is exactly what I said. Why pay somebody if you don't have a complete team? Why pay that dude to just be there? Again, I guess to put butts in the seats, maybe. But other than that, you know, Daniel Jones sucks. So I mean, the Giants need to hit when they decided to eject, move on from Saquon. Daniel Jones should have been right on the next flight out of there, going wherever. Just tank and be a better team. Get better pieces, because Daniel Jones ain't the answer, and that combo was not the answer. So that's it.
Well, yeah. Daniel Jones blows. And that's a slap in the face to the Manning camp. But anyway, let's go to the late games. Jim Harbaugh, call your mama. Jim Harbaugh returns to the NFL with a victory as the Los Angeles Chargers beat the Vegas Raiders today. Was it anything special about this game? Not really. To me, I feel sorry for the Chargers because go ahead upstairs, bud. Because they were I feel sorry for the Chargers because they were the home team, but it sounded like a Raiders crowd. But any Tony, any takeaway from Chargers Raiders?
Nope.
Keith, any takeaway from Chargers Raiders?
This is the Michigan version of the NFL. Just run the ball and run the fucking ball. J.K. Dobbins, $150. Talking about a player, $150. Just coming right off an injury too.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing J.K. Dobbins do that was dope. No really takeaways from the Raiders. We kind of expected that, especially with Gardner Minshew being their quarterback. Really
Minshew
low.
mania.
But yeah, divisional matchup, and that's gonna happen because like LA don't fuck with the Chargers. We know LA
Not at
Rams.
all.
They don't fuck with the Chargers.
They're Raiders Rams town.
Exactly. So good win for the Harbaugh. First game back in the NFL. Good for him. But
I will tell you this though. While LA don't fuck with the Chargers, if the Chargers start winning, they'll fuck with them then.
I mean, they're in a good division to do that. That's 2 easy wins from Denver and 2 easy wins from the Raiders.
Really?
Damn.
Really? We're just gonna keep throwing the shade in my squad. Okay. We're not gonna stop. All right.
Y'all coming up. I know it's early, but Bo ain't do that bad. I ain't gonna lie. He ain't do that
Motherfucker,
bad.
we're not talking about the Denver-Seattle game. We'll get there. Stop trying to change the subject. I'm talking about the Raiders and the Chargers. You want to take pop shots, Mr. Convincingly. We trying to take pop shots. Okay. All right. Fuck Geno Smith. Anyway, Tony, what you got to say about the Chargers and the Raiders?
Remember, I already deferred. I told you I ain't had nothing to say about it. Like, I mean, it was a football game.
I'm weak. I mean, damn, it was a football game. Okay. I mean, Holland Springs versus Huguenot was a football game. Doesn't mean.
But that's how I feel about that game.
Sean, Jim Harbaugh.
Ain't nothing to talk about with that team. Ain't nothing to talk about with that one. If you give the Raiders a quarterback, they might be something. They got some pieces to go on offense. They got a nice defense with the Wilkins and Max Crosby on that line. They just can't score. They can't move the ball on offense. Like you need to find you a quarterback, which is pretty difficult to do in this league, obviously. But it damn sure ain't Gardner Minshew.
Yo, shout out J.K. Dobbins. I think J.K. Dobbins recognizes that this is probably his last shot. He's had too many serious knee injuries. He has to stay healthy. I don't give a fuck if he rushes for 700 yards. He has to stay healthy. That's a must. All right, let's get it over with. Denver, Seattle. All right, Keith, you want to take pot shots at my team, motherfucker? What you got to say?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought Charles would get smoked. So y'all came to play. Bo Nix ain't look that bad. He like can do a little.
Okay.
He like can do a little something. But Geno Smith, yo, the fuck was that?
Your take on Denver, Seattle. That's what the fuck that was. Go ahead.
Geno Smith ain't look that good. I ain't gonna lie.
Who said Geno Smith?
Yeah, he ain't look that good.
It wasn't. It was Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker a baller. So, I mean, it could have been worse for y'all. It wasn't convincingly like I said prior.
Did you watch the game?
I watched Bo Nix.
No, did you watch the game?
No, I ain't watched the game.
Okay.
I saw the highlights.
I didn't think so.
Do a little couple things, and I seen that Seattle was a little shaky from the start.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little shaky. Y'all, you had your little hopes up. You had your little hopes. You thought you all was gonna win for it.
I did think we were gonna win.
Nah. Rookie.
So we see the low blows. Okay.
It's gonna be like that all year, bro. 5-12.
5-12. Okay, I got that marked down. Go ahead, Sean. What you think about Denver and Seattle?
Well, of course. I mean, the man was getting his feet up under him. Bo Nix, you know, he was throwing he had a couple of picks that should have been picks. Excuse me, a couple of throws that should have been picks. Besides the one in the end zone, which was a fucking pick when they was driving the ball down. He just need to learn how to finish, and sometimes just throwing the ball away may be better than just throwing it in harm's way. Mm-hmm. But he'll learn that as y'all get there. Geno should have did. Geno had his little Michael Vick impression a little bit down that field.
Didn't he?
You know what I'm talking about? So he's still doing this thing, but like I said, man, it's early for him. A lot of turnovers, things that happen to Denver that kind of set y'all back when y'all were moving the rock. So, I mean, just learning how to keep the ball and not, hurt yourselves will be something that y'all just practice on and get better with as y'all grow together. Like I said, you're still a young team, still a young quarterback, still trying to learn his players. But it was a good game, bro. A nice comeback near the end of the try. But like I said, Bo Nix just need to keep the ball out of harm's way. He's still a young quarterback, and he'll learn that as he goes.
Tony, Seattle, Denver.
I mean, I picked the Seahawks, and I kind of explained why. We had a conversation about Bo Nix in preseason. I said, all the young quarterbacks, when you see them, and it seems like they on this up. They seem like one way because they're seeing these vanilla defenses, but once they get in the NFL, them real NFL packages are out there on Sunday. And that's kind of what happened with Knicks. And I mean, I figure y'all defense will keep the game close, and Geno just had to not lose the game. And so that's really how the game kind of played out.
Yeah, as a resident Bronco fan, as the resident person on this podcast who's the only person whose team lost, I will say this. We came out that motherfucker on fire. But we were winning at halftime. The defense was actually playing better than the offense in the second half. We had two safeties. When do you see that? We had two safeties in that game. Defense played better than the offense in the first half, but then Seattle started running the ball and exposed a weakness. We don't have a very good run defense at this point in time. I like our secondary, but Bo Nix also Bo Nix made rookie mistakes. That interception that Sean was talking about in the end zone, he was staring down Cortland Sutton. He was staring down Cortland Sutton, and the safety just jumped on him. The safety just flat out jumped on it, and it could have happened a couple more times. But it wasn't that, it was more or less that Bo Nix didn't throw the ball accurate enough, because there was one throw near the end zone. The next time we had the ball, he was staring Cortland Sutton down again, but he threw the ball a little bit behind, or that would have been another pick. So he has to get that worked on. Tony, we were talking while the end of this game was going on, and I told you my frustrations why he was just dinking and dunking the first 3.5 quarters of the game. But hopefully it'll get better. I had us beating the Pittsburgh Steelers next week. I retract that statement.
Started 2-0.
No, yes, motherfucker. Yes, I did.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know what? Okay. See, I don't want to root against the Eagles. I love the Eagles. But I root against the Eagles because of you. I don't root against the Eagles because of you.
Bro, because I believe y'all, you feel like y'all dark horse, bro.
You sound like Busta Rhymes. Y'all don't believe y'all.
You don't believe that's y'all dark horse. I don't believe it, bro.
I believe that we will be better than what some people may have expected. I do believe that.
Hey, but check it out. I don't watch football like y'all. Like, I don't have 8 games going on 1 or 2 TVs.
Sucks for
I'm
you.
not watching all the games.
Sucks
so when
for you.
Me, if I watch the games, I only watch what's going on CBS and Fox. I ain't got that extra NFL resume.
Sean, you know what channel Fox is for him? This gonna take you back, bro.
35.
Yep. That's back in the day.
Soon you said take you back. Yeah, Fox 35.
That's back in the day. I ain't know they still did that shit, bro. Keith, just go ahead and update that package, bro. You can get Sling for all of that.
I got Sling. But
what version of Sling you got? The S and the L?
I don't know. I just know I pay $45 a month, and I'm happy with that.
Well, I ain't mad at the price.
I got
the number though. Bro, I'm gonna need you to at least get Red Zone, bro. I'm not sitting here telling you to get the package where you can see all the games live. Just get Red Zone. Red Zone is like $12 a month.
Yo, share your account, bro. Share your account.
It doesn't work like that. Okay. I would, bro.
Netflix.
Bro, if it worked like that, I would. Red Zone is part of a sports package, but you can get Red Zone with you having Sling on the internet. You can pay like $12 a month just for Red Zone by itself. I don't have every game showing. I told you, I have 2 TVs in my living room. One, I got the Fire Stick where I'm watching one individual game, and the other TV, I got it on Red Zone. So, I mean, but Fox 35, nigga.
Fox 35.
You took my
I mean, I ain't gonna say nothing, but I mean, you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean, bro. Did the plug right here, bro. Did the plug.
Maybe we gotta chop it up. I'm still rocking with the antenna and shit.
Oh, shit, you even took it back further. God damn.
See it? Is it clear? Is it
You know
clear?
what I'm saying? Hey, this nigga hate it when it's a thunderstorm. Hey, bro, you got your.
Damn, he got the antennas, change channels with the pliers and everything.
Damn, Keys.
Hey,
You the youngest one on the set right now, and you the most technologically disadvantaged, bro.
TV, like I don't really need TV for real. I be watching everything on my phone.
I can dig it, but Keys, you don't say anything else about your TV situation.
It give me.
Hey, is it at least a digital antenna?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I was gonna say if you got a hanger on your motherfucking TV.
Yeah, 2024. Yeah, it's digital.
He says the year 2024, we're using a digital antenna.
That's tough.
Hey, Keys. Hey, look, man. This is your assignment. This is your assignment for the first 4 weeks of the season. This is your assignment. Go to Target or Walmart. Get you a Fire Stick.
I got one.
You need to let me take care of that for you, bro.
Nah, it's good.
No, you need to let me take care of that for you.
I don't watch NFL at home. I go to my mom's crib.
You still need to let me take care of that for you, bro.
Nah.
No, I'm being serious.
I like the nostalgic feel of Sunday. Just flipping channels. Like I fuck with it. I don't need all that extra shit.
Bro, I ain't watched football like that since 2009, nigga.
I fuck with it.
Hey, he might as well be like Rob. I don't even watch TV.
He really should be like Rob. I ain't even trying to flex, Keys. I haven't watched football predominantly on 5, and even when I watched football back in like that back in 2009, it wasn't Fox 35, nigga. It was Channel 5 and Channel 6. Matter of fact, it was Channel 805 because I still had Comcast on demand and shit. Bruh, I haven't watched.
That's how I watch my football.
I haven't depended on Fox and CBS for my lone source of NFL entertainment. One game on one channel, one game on the other, in like 15 years, bro.
Bro, it made me bad, bro. That's how me and my pa used to watch it, so I keep it like.
Bro, I can dig that, bro. I can dig that. I'm telling you, let me get that Fire Stick. We can take care of that. This nigga turned the camera off. We can take care. Okay, well, let's get on to the next game. You should have been able to watch this game, Keith. It was local. Washington versus Tampa Bay. What did you think about Washington versus Tampa Bay?
I like what I saw from Jalen Daniels. That was a good. Washington fans should feel really good about him, for sure. And Tampa Bay, people seem to forget or fall asleep on the fact that they were a playoff team last year, and they still got the same roster. They ain't lose much. Todd Bowles is still their coach. Like this, we
got caught on the Falcons juice, bro.
I'm saying exactly. So this is still a really good team, and Baker.
No, you're right. You're right.
Baker, yeah, y'all fell asleep, but Baker cooking. For sure.
I didn't fall asleep. I
you picked Washington, nigga. You fell asleep.
No, I picked Washington to win this game, but that division, I saw the NFC South as a 2-team race between Tampa Bay and Atlanta, and I still see it like that. I don't believe New Orleans is 47 points good. Okay, they play what is a horrible football team, but go ahead, continue your compliments of Tampa Bay.
Nah, Baker's like that. And that defense is still really good. And like I said, really, really well coached football team, and they're going to be tough all season. I'm not sleeping that they're my favorite to win their division. So I mean, I like Tampa, and like I said, Washington's still really good about Jalen Daniels. People play really well. Helped me out my fantasy today with 2 touchdowns, 28 points. So that's my guy now. So
Go to bed, buddy.
we'll see.
Sean, Washington versus Tampa. You've had vested interest in this.
Fuck Baker Mayfield.
I'm weak. Damn.
Nigga beat us in the playoffs last year. Nigga caught us slipping and shit like that.
He didn't he?
I thought Jaden Daniels and them boys was. I gave them a little bit more credit than they deserve. They got to show me a little bit more. Dan Quinn starting to look like Dan Quinn with the Falcons. I mean, he a good DC, but when it comes to OC, I mean HC head coaching, that boy don't seem to be doing a good job at those things. But like I said, it's just the first game of the season. Everybody is still trying to get their shit together. He is a young rookie quarterback, and I just feel like I watched that game thinking that it was going to be a little bit better than what it was, but the Commanders gonna command. They got to do what they do.
They commanded a loss.
Yeah, and I don't mean, like I said, it's just the beginning of the season, so they still got a long ways to go. So hopefully they can get their shit together. The more games he'll play, the better he'll get. And like I said, he has potential. Like I said, he's just getting his feet wet. So we'll see, bro. But
Tony,
fuck the Bucks.
what?
Tell Calvin I said it.
Tony, what'd you say?
Dan Quinn as a head coach sucks. Dan Quinn's defensive scheme, while sound, his player personnel selection sucks, and it showed again. You get the pass rush, but it's not. His defenses aren't really good in other phases. If you compound that rock and you got a short intermediate game, you expose everything. His defenses have to actually have great players to really work. Outside of rushing the passer.
I thought that Jaden Daniels was going to have his RG3 moment, his first game. That's why I picked the Commanders to win. It wasn't even necessarily that I thought that the Commanders are a better team than Tampa Bay. I don't. I just thought that Jaden Daniels was going to have his RG3 debut moment. Tampa Bay, and we talked about this, and we're really about to talk about this considering the next game that we talk about, you guys. Baker Mayfield is really starting to make the Cleveland Browns look bad. However you want to look at that. I understand he had his stretch where after Cleveland, it was the Panthers, then it was the Rams, this, that, and the third, but Baker wasn't healthy. But since Baker has been healthy, and I don't give a damn who you are, who your quarterback is. And you say, well, he got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Well, what quarterback doesn't need fucking weapons? I guess outside of Patrick Mahomes. and even Patrick Mahomes got Kelsey. Because believe me, Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be shit without Kelsey. And I'm not saying that as a knock on Patrick Mahomes. But what quarterback doesn't need weapons? Jalen got AJ and Devontae. Dak got CD and Brandon Cooks. The list goes on and on. Jared Goff got Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Stafford got Puka and what's the fucking name? Cooper Kupp. No, there's no successful team that doesn't have weapons to throw to. It's just, can you get it done? And right now, if you look at Baker Mayfield, because while the Cleveland Browns went to the playoffs last year, Deshaun Watson was 5-1. Did he really look like a 5-1 starting quarterback outside of the game where he got hurt at against the Ravens? They went to the playoffs using 6 different quarterbacks, or 5 different quarterbacks, whatever. Baker Mayfield took them to the playoffs, won a game. Baker Mayfield has just as many playoff victories as Dak Prescott. I'm not saying that as a knock. That is factual. Baker Mayfield has just as many playoff victories as Dak Prescott. And Baker was seen as an afterthought, a laughing stock, and damn near a bust. And the Cleveland Browns right now, even though I know week 1, whatever, the Cleveland Browns right now, the more success Baker has and the lack of success that Deshaun is having, starting to make Cleveland look really, really dumb.
I know they got rid of that, gave that man that guaranteed contract because he ain't did shit to earn that shit, boy.
Not today either.
So hey, yo, I know we about to get into the Dallas game, but I gotta go, bro. For sure. I just want to say good game to Dallas, but still fuck the boys. But I'm bro. All right, y'all.
No problemo.
All right, my boy.
And that's where we'll go from here. Dallas versus Cleveland. Dallas stomped the mud hole in Cleveland. Cleveland's defense tried as best as they could, but when Deshaun Watson midway through the third quarter has 39 yards passing, what can you do? If you look at the Cleveland Browns on paper, and this comment I'm making has nothing to do with Dallas. If you look at the Cleveland Browns on paper, they may be the best team in football on paper. And the question mark is the guy that they paid $230 million to, the guy that had the most guaranteed money ever until about 12 o'clock noon today, when the quarterback on the other end of the field, Dak Prescott, got $231 guaranteed million. When I saw Dak Prescott sign that contract, I said, oh yeah, they ain't gonna lose. I wish, bro, again, if shit like this happened on Monday, I probably would have picked Dallas. But that shit happened at the midnight hour, literally before you about to take the motherfucking field. I'd have probably picked Dallas. I'm like, yeah, Dak is not going to lose this game, not this game, after signing that contract. Tony, you're the Cowboy fan. What you got?
That good defense. I mean, Cleveland had number 1 defense last year, so you kind of expected a little defensive tug of war, kind of there. And again, I agree with you. On paper, Cleveland looks like one of them world beater teams, but they was on. Deshaun didn't help himself, but they was on him all day. Like they was on him. When you get to halftime and Micah got 6 pressures, DeMarcus Lawrence got 7, another dude got 5. Yeah, they getting to you. They laying hits on you. You ain't got time to throw that ball. So I mean, that's gonna be kind of their thing going forward. Anytime they play a team, Cleveland, anytime they play a good team with pass rushers, it's gonna be a problem. In terms of my team, I like the running back committee. Everybody produced. Even little Deuce got into it. So it's obvious we'll have some kind of running game, and that was my only concern.
Sean, Dallas, Cleveland.
Whatever. Nah, CD looked good, bro. For somebody who didn't practice, who didn't do nothing all off season, because he was fighting to get that contract and he got it. Looked pretty good, man. Especially going against that Cleveland Brown defense, which everybody thought, like I said, on paper looks awesome. And I mean, they still played well, but I mean, CD was doing this thing. Deshaun Watson, man, I don't know what the hell happened to that boy, man. I mean, was it literally the women giving him his swag or something, like happy, like for real, like, because as soon as he signed that contract and went to Cleveland, man, he ain't did anything with that money. It's just like he got his guaranteed money and just said, "Fuck football, bro. Like I'm just gonna wait it out until this contract over with." Because I mean, I don't even see nobody wanting to pick up nothing like that. He had all the talent in the world. What's happening for you to not play the way that we know you can play? So I mean, that's pretty tough. Like, because they shouldn't have got beat down like that. Like that should have been a game. And shout out to the Cowboys. Like I was talking mad shit about them because they did nothing this offseason, but them boys was out there playing. And like he said, that running back by committee was looking pretty good. Zeke looked like he got a couple of steps on it. He was just happy to be back in Dallas. It's all about where you're playing too. That can give you that rejuvenation and shit like that to make you play well. And they were looking pretty good. And like I said, CD was doing this thing, and Dak was happy. He finally got paid, got his money.
Dak
But
gonna get more.
you know
He's
what I'm
the
saying.
new-
So that's good. Now all you gotta do is pay Micah. You know what I'm saying, or you can not pay him, and then he can come to Philly where you really want to be at. So, but whatever.
Bruh, here's my question. They ain't got no hookers in Cleveland. They ain't got no happy bitches in Cleveland.
Not like them Houston ones.
I guess so. It must be. I mean, because the it's amazing what Deshaun Watson was his last season of playing football in Houston to what he has become.
Mm-hmm.
Lord have mercy. I mean, the ownership of Cleveland is gonna have to low key under the table have some. They're gonna have to fly some chicks in from Houston. They're gonna have to.
They gotta go get it. They gotta go get his main.
They do, bro. They do. Because I mean, otherwise Cleveland's not gonna have a happy ending. And again, it goes back to what I was saying in the last segment. Baker Mayfield, whether people want to think this heavy into it or not, I am. The success of Baker Mayfield and the lack of success of Deshaun Watson will make the Cleveland Browns organization look very, very bad if it continues on this trajectory. Because whether people agree with this or not, Baker's last year in Cleveland, he was fucked up. He got injured week 2. The season before, he took them to the playoffs. They won a game. And what did he do last season when he was healthy? He took the Bucs to the playoffs. They hosted a game. They won a division, and they won their playoff game. Be that as it may. Yes, Cleveland went to the playoffs last year with a number 1 ranked defense and a quarterback off the couch because you had lost your previous 3 quarterbacks. And I'm already hearing on the chat, Jameis Winston. He's the backup for Deshaun Watson. Jameis fucking Winston.
And you might want to put his ass in.
Really? Jameis?
Anything gonna be better than that. Like, if P don't show you shit in the next game, you got to make that move, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Really? You're gonna pull the plug on that after 2 weeks?
How many fucking chances this man need?
230 million chances.
Nigga, fuck that, bro. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up and be like, damn, we fucked up and move the fuck on.
Did you? I mean, I will say this: my Denver Broncos were self-aware when it came to Russell Wilson. They paying him $230. They're paying him $37.8 million to disappear.
Be gone.
And if you cut Deshaun Watson, like you said, Deshaun Watson could be cut and say,
Yeah.
Never.
He already saying it.
But you know what? I don't think it make a difference putting Jameis in there, man. There was a lot of pressure in that backfield today, more than I expected it to be. So if you're gonna put him in there, he gotta have the full starting offensive lineman and Chubb back there. Because he was getting hit a lot. Winston got hit a lot. I mean,
but y'all line ain't no bitch though. But y'all line ain't no bitch though. Y'all got a good defensive line. So I mean, he ain't just go up against no regular ass defensive line. Like I said, y'all pretty decent on that front 4 with Parsons and Dexter, and then y'all got your other boys too. So you can't really just. It won't just know anybody they was going up against. So I mean, you still got to be able to get that ball out your hand quick and make plays and shit like that. If you got to adjust, but that motherfucker just ain't look like it, bro. Well, and it ain't just been that game. It's been for a while.
Let me put it this way. It doesn't get any easier for the Cleveland Browns because next week they got to go to Jacksonville. And Jacksonville is going to be angry because they probably feel that they should have won today. And all likelihood, to be honest with you, Jacksonville should have won today. And no, Jacksonville doesn't have a defensive line like the Dallas Cowboys. It is your home opener. You're a team that is expecting a rebound because Jacksonville collapsed last year. So what is Deshaun going to do there? Now, to me, this is where the buck stops. Because if you lose to Jacksonville, but Deshaun Watson plays better, okay, fine. But if the next week after that, you host the New York Giants, you at home to the New York Giants, and he play like trash, then you start thinking about Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Because
At that point, yeah.
the
Because you
Giants
can't,
are
you already, if you go 0-2, you already, no.
because if you lose your first two games to teams that are expected to be in the playoffs, whether you expect the Cowboys to win the division or not, that's your opinion. A lot of people, even though they may expect Houston to win the division, a lot of people expect Jacksonville to be in the playoffs. So, okay, fine. But if you lose to the Giants at home and you look like the only way you don't bench Deshaun Watson for losing to the Giants is if the final score is 40-39. I'm serious. That is it. And that way you can point and say, yeah, okay, well, that was the defense's fault. But if you lose to the Giants 17-13, oh, hell no. Hell no. Because if it's one thing Jameis Winston is going to do, he's going to throw the ball down the field. Now, the other team may catch it a lot of the times, but he's going to throw the ball down the field. He's going to give his receivers a chance. So, I mean, that is what it is.
Sean, one other thing on that Micah comment. That's Micah's money. Soon as Dak signed that contract, that was Micah's contract. Because there's $66 million freed up, and they rolling that the next year to pay Micah. That's what that contract signing really meant. Two birds with one stone. Oh no, that's what it meant, bro. Because if you ain't seen Micah, you perhaps need to see look at Michael's social media where he's saying "fuck Philly." That's the last place I wanted to go and or be. So he's like, I wanted to get out of Pennsylvania altogether once I came out of college.
I tell you what, if he was
he stays at Sixers games. What you talking about?
I was going to say if he was a free agent and Philly came with that money, he would be that fuck Philly would turn to fuck Dallas real quick.
But they ain't got that money to give him. That's the problem. You ain't got that money to give him. Now we do.
We got money.
You don't. You ain't got that money to give him. You're not gonna be. You ain't got that money to give him, bro. There's very few teams actually in the league that's gonna have that money to make somebody the highest paid defensive player in the league.
And we ain't paying that shit to him. Y'all can have that.
Yeah, I mean but again, put in context, somebody will surpass that contract within 2 years. It's stupid the way this shit is going up, but that's what's gonna happen. So you kind of got to look at it like that. Yeah, it looks bad looks like you paying out of pocket like that for 2 years, but then in 2 years it's a bargain because he's really the third or fourth highest paid.
Sean, your mic was muted. I want to ask you a couple of questions that I asked earlier. First of all, the Eagles. Give me your take from y'all performance on Friday.
It was sloppy at the beginning. Of course, it should have been that way. We didn't play anybody in the preseason on our offensive side. Defensively, we played most of our defensive starters, but here and there sprinkled out, we didn't play like Slay and people like that. So they looked a little bit better on the defensive side. They helped us stay in the game. But Saquon is as advertised. Like I said, I seen the burst. I seen the excitement in him. I seen the cuts. I seen the vision. I seen the hands out of the backfield. Like, we got a dangerous team. We just needed to play together more. Same thing with the snap, with the fumble. Jalen just need to get used to the new center and doing that. They didn't do too much of that in live setting. They just did it in practices, in them joint practices, which can be a good thing, but it still doesn't have anything on actual playing live fucking football. And like I said, I'm just glad that we came out with the win. We still got a lot to do. Jalen's got to get his shit together. I don't know what the fuck he looking at. He just throwing the ball up like cross the body, looking like he's a first year starter and shit like that. The fuck he does. But hopefully that's just like rust or whatever the case may be. Because like I said, we should be good going forward as long as we hand that damn ball off. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay. Next question. Steelers versus the Falcons.
I watched that game because I wanted to see what the Steelers look like. Look like we probably gonna be seeing Michael Penix Jr. pretty soon because Kirk Cousins cannot get it done for some reason. He just gets to where he gets to. I guess that's why they must have seen it. They must have studied that tape up and said, "Hey, we might have fucked up. Hey, Kurt, let's go ahead and pick up Michael Penix at the top of this damn draft too, because we're gonna need to goddamn have something behind him."
$1 million fuck up.
Yeah, that's tough. Like, because next week he got to play us Monday night, and he doesn't do real well in bright lights, and that's always been. We always seem to have Kirk Cousins' number for real. So if he comes out and looks bad, then then you got the next week, you're really gonna be hearing talks about them putting him on the bench, because I mean, and it's fucked up because you just paid the man. You know what I'm saying? But if your team looking ready and everybody sees on paper y'all looking ready, and it's because your quarterback that's fucking it up for you. I mean, sometimes you just got to take that L and sit that motherfucker down. But that looked bad as far as for Kirk Cousins playing that way. So
let me ask you another question. So now you remember how we were on draft night when they drafted Penix. What the hell are you doing? You just Baker. Do you think the Falcons made a mistake now by drafting Michael Penix?
That's what I said. They that's why I said they must have looked at that film and was like, yeah, let's go ahead and pick this quarterback up. Everybody thought it was a stupid decision, but yeah, it was stupid because of the circumstance. Like, you just paid this motherfucker, so that was the dumb shit about it. Like, if that was the case, you shouldn't even pay for Kirk Cousins. But I don't think they expected. I don't think that they expected to be where they were to be able to draft that quarterback, though.
Think about what you just said, though. You said they must have looked at some film, which they may very well have looked at some film. But if you look at some more film, you see Kirk Cousins is going to get you about 8-9 wins a year, which is not going to put you in position to draft in the top 10. So you were at the number 8 pick, which means if you go ahead and continue to fuck with Kirk Cousins, you may win the division, you may not, but you're gonna be in the middle of the first round, and a quarterback of Michael Penix stature ain't gonna be there at pick number 15 or pick number 18.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought it was dumb for about a day. And then when I actually thought about it, I was like, yeah, well, because I ain't sitting here saying that the Falcons gonna win nobody's motherfucking Super Bowl. But Kirk Cousins show you who he is, and the fact that he's just coming off of that Achilles injury, he's even less mobile than he was at first. He looked like a statue today.
Yeah, that boy looked like a deer in headlights when the boys was coming through that line to get that man, and that's what Kirk Cousins do. He fold when he see that pressure, boy. But like you said, he can't get away like he used to.
Oh,
not coming off that injury, he probably still don't have a grip on that thing. Some people just, some people still need to get over, being injured and getting that burst back. And he definitely did look like he had that.
While I put the NFC East the NFC South as a 2-team race between the Falcons and the Bucks, I may need to add a third team in there. Do I think the Saints are 47 points good? No, I don't. But if the Falcons ain't what I thought they were going to be, and the Saints are maybe a little better than I thought they were going to be, that adds a whole nother dimension. And maybe you see Tampa Bay repeating, or not even repeating, because Tampa's won that division the last 3 years. But again, it goes back to, Baker Mayfield. Did you see that text in the chat where Calvin said, I'd like to thank Brandon for blessing me with Baker Mayfield?
Nah, I ain't do that.
This nigga need to be on here. He need to be here.
He ain't want to see me. I smoked his boots in Madden.
Oh, is that it? That's what it's about?
Yeah, I beat him like 31 like 20 or some shit like that.
Oh, Calvin. Okay. You got your ass whipped. You got your ass whipped, and now you're afraid to show up. That what that is? I'm calling you out, knuckle. Okay. Now, what I was shocked on with the chat is that Marcus said that the matchup didn't show him anything. He did say that. He said today's matchup didn't show him anything as far as the Cowboys are concerned. I was like, what? Even though Marcus is a realistic Cowboys fan, but still, kind of caught me off guard. It did.
It should have, because their defense is nothing to play with, and y'all did a pretty good job moving the ball. But you know, I don't know about the Deshaun Watson thing. The offensively, like their Dallas defense have never been their problem, to be honest with you. And I really thought it was going to be an issue with Dallas offense going against that defense, especially losing linemen and not really making any kind of additions, but like Zeke from in the backfield and Dalvin Cook. But I totally forgot about Brandon Cook still doing his thing over there. He quietly. CD finally got his. I thought CD was going to be rusty because CD ain't do his thing, so it was going to bring some drama. But them boys came to play, dog, and apparently Cleveland didn't.
Well, I mean, Dallas defense ain't been the problem since they got Micah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
That's fact, though.
I don't like giving them that much credit. Fuck them niggas. I'll be honest with you. I like objective Cowboy fans. But again, I don't like giving them that much credit. Everybody's gonna overreact, and it's gonna be funny because Dallas fans, off of today's performance, and considering that Cleveland was a playoff team and that they were they were the number one defense and all this other shit. Boy, Dallas, that just set Dallas fans up for failure. That I think is gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah, you already know they're gonna go right.
They're gonna say, "Oh shit, this our year."
This our year talk every time.
You already know what it is.
That should be funny.
You already know what it is. Them niggas is gonna be on that bullshit. They're gonna. Oh yeah, this is what he said. He said, "I'd like to take this time out to thank Brandon for Baker Mayfield. May the sun forever shine upon you and your kin, asshole." Let me stop. Because I told Calvin the offseason when they picked him up, I said, if Baker's healthy, they still got weapons. They should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But he was victim of the recency bias. He saw Baker team hopping from Carolina to the Rams. Oh, he ain't no good. Now you got your franchise quarterback. I bet you Cleveland wish they had him right now.
I bet they do.
I bet you they do. I wouldn't be surprised because Baker only signed a 3-year deal. I wouldn't be surprised that if in 2026 they'd be like, Baker, water under the bridge, my man. Why don't you come on back here? We drafted you. You're homegrown. You're a Clevelander. Well, why? If you go back to Cleveland, Baker, drop your wife off here. I'm just playing. But I know you. Are you sitting there watching this Lions-Rams game?
No, I was watching highlights, bro.
Okay. Well, it's a 10-3 Detroit. The Rams look like they're about to go in and score. What's 3rd and goal? Stafford drops back, throws, intercepted in the end. No, it was almost intercepted. No, was it? Yes, intercepted in the end zone. Stafford just threw an interception in the end zone. Okay. All right. So, my boy.
That's Stafford for you.
I can't really, here's the thing about it. I can't even say that about Stafford now because Stafford got a ring. That's all I can't.
Hey, he got a ring. That's still Stafford shit. He's a gunslinger.
He is a gunslinger.
Known to throw interception.
And he got picked off clean in the end zone. You threw it in a double coverage. He trying too hard because he back in the stomping grounds.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Robert Chandler, why don't you shut the fuck up? Okay. No, she's not up the street because I don't have a wife anymore, nigga. I'm divorced. This nigga still be trying to throw them little cheat. He be trying to throw them little sneaky ass pot shots. I'm talking about. You know, he trying to throw them little sneaky ass pot shots. When I make comments about other women, he be like, "Your wife is right up the street." No, nigga, I'm divorced. I don't have a wife. I don't have a wife no more. Okay,
sir.
And it's not me throwing those shots at my ex-wife, but we're divorced. It's what it is.
Oh, that's in the halftime now. McVay.
Oh, damn. He threw that. He gave up points. Damn, Stafford.
That's that Matt Stafford shit, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you know Jared Goff want this shit too, just to throw it back in McVay's face again, like you bitch.
Yeah, got rid of me, bitch, nigga.
Well, what can you say? He got rid of you and won the Super Bowl the next year. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think wins? Let's say Jared Goff wins the Super Bowl. Who wins? Stafford? I mean, the McVay or Jared Goff?
Everybody wins then, if that's the case.
Well, who wins more?
If Jared Goff gets one, I mean, I guess you would have to say Matt Stafford because they did theirs first.
No. If Jared Goff wins a Super Bowl with the Detroit Lions, nigga, you won forever.
Well, I mean, yeah, because it's the Detroit Lions and Detroit would win it. Yeah, but
exactly.
That shit ain't happening.
Bruh, if Jared Goff won a Super Bowl with the Detroit Lions, he a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He ain't doing that.
And because he already, not trying to be funny, he's already made a Hall of Fame case because he's had success, deep playoff run success with two different teams. He makes his case. And the thing about it is, he been in the league for a minute. This nigga still in his 20s.
I think a pro came young.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a different thing now.
That motherfucker 29 years old and Goff been in the league since like 2016. He was, as a matter of fact, he was number one. Carson Wentz was number two.
Sure was. Carson.
Carson Wentz got a ring.
I thought Carson was gonna be something.
He got a ring though.
He does.
Thanks to Nick Foles.
So does player personnel, nigga. That don't mean shit.
That's goddamn crazy what happened with Carson Wentz, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was tough for him, bro. I think if he don't get injured, he'd probably still be there.
I think he's still there, especially if that season that he had finished off with a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If he would, if he would have been the quarterback for the Super Bowl instead of Nick Foles, he would have still been there.
No question. You'd have been frustrated as a motherfucker. But I
wouldn't have been because.
But you know what?
I think the thing with Carson, I don't think it was talent; it was mental.
Yeah, so, I was going to say. Now that I think about it, if he was there, won the Super Bowl, there would be nobody to challenge him. So he still may be great.
Yeah, he would have been all right. It was all mental with him. Once he started acting like a little biatch and fucking everybody crying like a little baby, wanting out and doing all that shit because of what Philly's a tough place to play, and he was put up on that God pedestal, and we backed him, and he loved it. And when Nick came in and took it, boy, he couldn't take that shit no more. And then we got Hurts behind him. He was like, not another Nick Foles situation. Get me the fuck out of here. And he couldn't take it, bro. And we mentally fucked him up. Well, I ain't gonna say we mentally fucked him up.
He mentally fucked himself.
He mentally fucked himself. Yeah, you got injured, bro. It's like you can't expect them not to look into, getting somebody when every time we need you in in one of them situations, you're not there because you're injured. So you put that shit on yourself.
This is probably what Carson Wentz was thinking. Okay, 2017, I'm having an MVP season. And make no mistake about it. If he finishes that season, he wins MVP. Not no fucking Brady. He wins the MVP. You get hurt. The Eagles win the Super Bowl with your backup. Then you come back. You really come back earlier than you need to because at that point you were probably insecure. wow, this nigga won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I got to come back to prove that they still need me. You come back, you're average at best, then you get hurt again, and then Nick Foles damn near takes them back to the Super Bowl. So now niggas is really looking at you. But at the same time, the next season in 2019, okay, you got it out. The Eagles win the division. They make the playoffs. Okay, yeah, I'm the man again. You sign the contract, but right after you sign the contract, they draft Jalen Hurts. No, you play the 2020 season. You stink, and you stinky think. You stinky think. No, it wasn't even because 2020. Yeah, Jalen. Yeah, you played the 2020 season, and you get hurt.
It wasn't that he stink. It's just he just got hurt again.
And they had drafted Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Because we needed the backup. We needed a backup that was good enough to handle the team when you got injured. Because you showed us that every time we need you, your ass was injured. So we had to invest in a backup quarterback. That was up to him, bro.
While you've been mad about it, you've been on multiple different teams. You've been Washington, the fucking Rams, and Jalen Hurts has every year since he's been a starter has taken the Eagles to no less than the playoffs.
That's tough.
Every year Jalen Hurts has been a starter, and people like to criticize the fuck out of Jalen Hurts, but it's one thing he'll do.
He give him ammo to do so. So I mean, whatever.
Yeah, but the motherfucker win. The motherfucker win. And he's durable. And he's durable. And it's crazy. It's crazy because the one year he did miss a couple of games, y'all went to the motherfucking Super Bowl.
Oh fuck.
So I'm interested to see what the Eagles look like. Who y'all got next? Oh, y'all got the Falcons. Yeah. And that's at home. Is that a home game? Or is it
it's a home game.
In a home game. Okay. Well, I'm glad y'all gonna be actually playing at home and not playing in that fucking slip and slide shit that they had y'all in Brazil at.
Yeah, trail to the game. That shit was terrible. They always try to change the soccer fields to football fields, but that shit never worked, man. That texture different, and that should be having the motherfucker. And I'm just glad ain't nobody get super injured. Of course, I mean Jordan Love got injured, but it wasn't about the field. It was more like him just trying to make a play and shit like that. But if that field was, I mean, a lot of plays could have been made, and a lot of plays were missed because of that field.
I believe that long touchdown to Jaden Reed, that's the play that was missed because of the lack of footing, where Jordan Love rolled out and caught him, and then he made the one move, which was totally and then with the Saquon, when his longest run of the game, I believe would have went to the house if he was able to make one more cut. The fact that he was actually even able to cut in that field was amazing.
Real talk.
Like every time Jalen Hurts, it was a design run where he was going to the outside. I was getting mad. I was like, why do you keep doing this? Because I was sitting here like, yo, this man gonna get hurt. I was sitting here, and I was watching that shit while we was doing the show. You know, me and Rob was sitting watching the game while doing the conspiracy theory shit, and he talking to them. I'm interrupted because I'm yelling at TV. Why do you keep fucking running him to the outside? This field sucks. You know, I'm sitting there like, for real, but I'm just glad. But shout out Jordan Love. Hope he gets back quick. But those 3-4 weeks, that's tough. Because
it's big tough.
You just got the Lions to worry about. You got the fucking Bears to worry, and the Bears and the Vikings are 1-0 too right now.
Yep.
So, and for all intents and purposes, Jordan Love looked like he worth the money he just got paid.
Oh, that boy nice, bro. He Aaron Rodgers with his playmaking and shit like that. Green Bay ain't missing a long time at quarterback.
Not since we were babies. And how the fuck Green Bay has had stellar play at quarterback for 30 years and got 2 rings to show for it. That's amazing.
That's craziness.
Because when you got Favre, and then you follow that up with Rodgers, you figure you at least supposed to have 3, probably 4. But it is what it is. But I tell you what, that's the one organization that in the last 30 plus years, they ain't had to worry about no quarterback.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. And a lot of the franchises ain't that lucky, but
Shit.
they seem to hit it. They seem to hit it
I wish we
back
had
to
that
back to
luck.
back.
I wish we've had that luck. We've been asked at quarterback since Peyton Manning left. That was a long time ago now. But anyway, let's go ahead and this is Sports Plus Life Post Game Show, Season 2, Episode 1. Thank you guys for coming out and fucking with us on this Sunday. This is going to be our scheduled time, 7:45 on Sundays. Now, we will be back on Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday to make our picks and give our opinions on the Sunday night game as well as the Monday night game. Sean, any closing remarks?
Fuck the Cowboys.
Fuck the Cowboys. Well said. My sentiments exactly. Fuck the Cowboys. And fuck Geno Smith too. So it's your boy Brandon Towns. We out this bitch. We love you. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Hey.